Hey, 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 catfishing people, getting all my junk together. Give y'all a chance to get in here, see what's up. Give everybody a minute. I know this thing takes a second to. Nothing broke, nothing to see here. Everything's okay. Getting everything plugged in, so we got it charged. Hopefully, you can hear me. Hopefully, the wind's not too bad. My case back up off the floor. Your rods are good, drift stock looks good, drift speed looks good. And we'll see what's going on here. Hello, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope everybody is doing good. My camera adjusted, it works. Horizon lines drive me crazy if my horizon's not level. Hope y'all doing good, man. Happy Thanksgiving. Yay. We made it to Thanksgiving with the coronavirus. So, hope everybody's doing good. We're all thankful to be here for this. So, yeah, I'm out here on the water. Thanks to my wonderful wife for letting me go fish today. We're not doing our Thanksgiving dinner until tonight. So, I asked her last night, I said, we're doing it in the morning or at lunch time-ish or like at night. So, she said at night. So, I said, I'm going fishing. So that's what I'm doing. I'm out here dragging some baits. Been out here since daylight. I'm gonna finish up here with one last big long drift with you guys and say hey to everybody and see if we can get. The bite's been tough. I will say that it's been tough fishing and it's not exactly on fire. Thanks for all the happy Thanksgivings there from everybody. I hope y'all are doing good. Man, it's just flying by in the chat. Lots of people. I'm on Lake Wiley. I'm on the South Carolina side right now, but here in a few minutes, I'll be in the North Carolina side. I'm right on the river channel, right near it, so I'll be crossing back over here in a second. I hope y'all are doing good. Hope everybody's having a good Thanksgiving, and hope everything is, everybody's healthy and wealthy and wise and prosperous and all that kind of stuff. See that rod? That rod may be getting bit right there. That is chicken, by the way. Everything on this side of the screen is chicken. I got 3 rods with chicken. Everything on the port side is chicken. Starboard side is white perch. Believe it or not, I've only caught 3 fish today. Every one of them has come on perch. I have not had a fish on the chicken, believe it or not. Part of the reason I'm doing the trip today is to see, let me knock Pinky in gear. A little too much line out. Got to put some more line on. Hang on. That's what happens when you don't pay attention. Not a fish, just too much line out. I don't want to be reeling a fish in with like 200 yards of line back through there. That should be pretty good. That'll make for good TV if I have to fight it that far. Anyway, let's see what we got here. All right, we're dragging. That's still too much line out on that one, but that's okay. I'm fishing on Lake Wiley, like I said, in South Carolina, right on the line. And yeah, it's a pretty cool day to be out here. Overcast. We had a cold front come through this morning, and it dropped a little bit of rain and kind of cleared up for a little bit and then got kind of cloudy again. So got a wind out of the south, it's blowing me up the lake. And I'm able to go pretty slow because we got water moving through the system. They are moving massive amounts of water through this system, the Catawba River system. We had that rain last week, the remnants of that hurricane, and really dumped a lot of rain. The entire basin was up, every lake, so they're trying to get all the lakes back down. And they've been pulling water for like 10 days straight, which for us basically results in a dead bite. It kills the bite. So it's just the nature of the beast. It dies. So it's tough. I've had guy trips this week. We've struggled to catch fish. We caught them, not on fire. The only thing was the last trip Caught them late in the afternoon, and that may be the key. They're going to feed at some point, even with the water flowing constantly. And the afternoon seems to be a better bite, and end up putting some fish in the boat. So any trips I do this week will probably be during the afternoon. Somebody just asked how Kentucky was. Kentucky was great. Grayson got a nice 8-pointer, right at 20 inches wide, score mid 120s. Great deer, biggest deer he's ever killed. Will be the widest deer on our wall. We don't have any that wide, so that was a good trip. There was another question one here. I just thanks for all the happy Thanksgiving wishes. Wish I could come to Arkansas to go fishing. I wish I could too. And maybe that will happen next year. Got some pretty cool plans for the channel next year, and we'll see what happens. It's Clips is asking why the comments are disabled. Since we got 112 people in here, it'll be a good time to explain that. I've got lumped into a category on YouTube of producing kid content, child content, and content that is oriented toward kids. You're asking yourself why? The only thing I can figure is because my kid is in some of it. And they turn comments off on a bunch of those. If you go to Catfish and Carp, the biggest catfishing channel there is, they did the same thing on his channel. So I've appealed it. I get into a circle of computer-generated form emails with YouTube every time I do it, and they won't turn them back on. I've pretty much given up. So I've tried it 3 or 4 times. It's the same emails that I get with nebulous explanations with no real reason, and I've given up on it. I've tried to get them turned back on. They won't do it. Sometimes they come on. It used to be they would come on every so many videos. I would have the comments turned back on, and not anymore. So I don't know. Maybe it'll happen at some point, but for now, I've given up on it. Anybody that needs to reach out to me, I know it's a pain in the butt, but people send me messages all the time. You go to my website, DieterMelhornFishing.com. You can always send me a message or an email on there if you've got a question about something. It's a pain in the butt. The good thing is normally they leave them on these videos, so that's great. You can also go to Dieter Melhorn Fishing on Facebook. I've got a page there, and you can post all the questions and comments that you would ever want to. So I wish it was on here, but it is what it is. It's the big YouTube world where you never get to talk to a person. Somebody said find another platform. I don't know. There is no platform as good as this one, in my opinion, for dissemination of videos and finding content. I'm surprised somebody hasn't come up with another platform, to be perfectly honest, but it's hard to beat YouTube. It's a great platform, great information, so much you can learn, just answers to everything out there, and it's pretty amazing what they've created and what they've built. And I will be here for as long as they'll keep me. I swear that may have a fish. It's getting, I think there's a little fish on there. Battery's choking on the bait. Trying to see where I'm at. I'm actually dropping down into the river channel right now. See what he's doing. He may be on an Uber ride. I may be pulling him up the river, so we'll see. Yeah, thanks for the happy Thanksgiving wishes. Happy Thanksgiving to all you guys, too. I appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your Thanksgiving day there to watch. I know a bunch of people are sitting on the couch today relaxing, and if you're like me, that's usually what I'm doing. I'm sitting on the couch, and I've got my laptop, and I'm sitting there watching some, usually it's fishing. Usually it's some kind of fishing-oriented stuff. And big shout-out, guys, to Palmetto Cats. If you missed it the other day, Palmetto Cats here on YouTube, that's a channel. He does a live show every Sunday night, I believe. Anyway, he did 24 hours straight fishing. 24 hours. Had to break it up in some segments because of the way the format works here on YouTube. Y'all go check his channel out. First of its kind that I've seen anybody do in the fishing niche, to fish for 24 hours. I think it's a little takeoff on some stuff Mr. Beast has done, one of the big, huge YouTubers that had done some like 24-hour stuff, but I don't even know if he did his live, so it's pretty amazing. He was, listen, I wasn't up to watch all of it. Hang on, I'm watching one go over. I think it's hung. Bear with me. Yep, it popped off. But yeah, he 24 hours of fishing. He was fishing down on Santee Cooper, and it was funny. At the end of it, right there, coming around to 8 a.m., I got up and watched the end of it and was in the chat. Yeah, actually caught some decent fish right there at the end of it, so it was a pretty cool deal. So shout out to him. Chunky Cats was also live that night, and it was cool watching them kind of talk back and forth. You could actually watch two guys fishing live, and Chunky Cats was catching some fish too up there with his lit up, glow in the dark rod. So yeah, good times. A lot of people putting out some great stuff, some great content, and raising the bar, raising the game here in the old catfish world. So big shout out to those guys. Y'all go check them out and subscribe to their channel if it's content that you like watching. Watched the 24-hour gig until he started singing. Dr. Dan, that is when I think he was in, what is it called? A cerebral hypoxia. He was losing oxygen to his brain at that point from the lack of sleep. That's when I think he was about another 10 hours and he would have started hallucinating that he was catching fish. So we didn't get to see that happen. But I really wanted his wife to, after he went home and fell asleep, to turn his camera back on and go live from the bedroom so we could have a live feed of him laying in the bed snoring for about 12 hours while he was sleeping. But she was a caring, loving wife, unlike mine, and she didn't do that. So what I'm doing out here today, just FYI, I'm doing another perch chicken comparison to see if we're going to start losing chicken as a good bait. I think it's going to happen as we get into winter. I think chicken is not going to be as good. Fishing and Gear Outdoors, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. You're going to pay for some new braided line for one of my reels. Thank you. I appreciate that. It also goes to the streaming bill for all this stuff. I appreciate you doing that, man. Y'all check his channel out. Another one there worth looking at and subscribing to. We got a lot of good YouTubers in here that I've seen in the feed go flying by. So there's a lot of people from the catfish world that are putting out some pretty cool content. So thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. Casual Carolina Fishing, I got a 41 personal best on chicken last January. There's a lot of people catching it. I get messages all the time, and I've told people it kind of started out as a joke, doing the chicken thing, and it's turned into a very productive bait, and it's really produced on the guide trips I've been doing too. The other day, we caught 12 on the last trip, and I think 10 of them came on chicken. So for whatever reason, it's working. I think it may start to wane, though, as we get into some colder weather, but I'm going to keep trying to keep seeing. Somebody was asking about bank fishing tips, and sorry, I had something going on there. Bank fishing tips. Get you the Navionics app. That's my biggest one. I've said that before. That is the app that goes on your phone, and it gives you the mapping of the lake. It's Navionics. I think as a bank fisherman, that's probably a very important tool so that you can see what you're casting into and what's out there. Because you always think, well, if I throw it way out there, it's going to be really deep. Not always the case. Some of the places when I used to bank fish, now that I'm able to go back and look at them, they were 8 feet of water. Some of them were 4 feet of water. Some of them were really good places during the spawn, and the rest of the year they were pretty hideous. So that app tells you a lot, especially if you have access to a lot of different water from the bank, like on the Tennessee River with all the boat ramps out there that you can actually go fish at. You can kind of see what's out there. Some places will surprise you. You may be casting into shallower water, or you may be casting into deeper water. So yeah, I think for bank fishermen, I think it's a very, very good tool for you to have. There's another question here. He's asking if I was using plain chicken or Jello. Yeah, it is Jello. It's strawberry Jello chicken. Planning to do some testing at some point. Depends what happens with the bite. Depends if they keep hitting the stuff. Do some testing, the plain versus the Jello chicken. And then I'm going to try some other variations of that. So yeah, I'll keep you posted on that. What's good turkey, Tom? I didn't get that. I was going to think I almost took a turkey. We got a turkey breast at home that we're cooking tonight. We're deep frying, and I almost took it fishing today. And I wanted to eat the turkey more than I wanted to catch fish, so I didn't do it. But we'll probably have turkey breast on sale, I would guess, tomorrow or the next day. So don't be surprised if there's not a turkey breast in Jello, strawberry Jello coming up. So there we go. Let's see what else we got in here. Is drum a good bait? I guess you're talking about freshwater drum. I have used it on the Tennessee River before and caught fish with it. So I think catfish will eat about anything, and those look like a nice little tasty morsel. I mean, we use carp here. Now, they're not the same, but sort of the same, you know, big scaly fish, and catfish will eat them. And they got a pretty tough skin on them, so they stay on the hook good, which is nice. There's not much that I have not caught a catfish on as far as fish species go. So Dave is asking, do I do a lot of guide fishing in the winter? Well, we're going to find out this year. In the past, I have just been doing them kind of on the weekends, but with the coronavirus shutting down kind of my TV world, I'll be open to do a lot more of them. So it's just I'm gonna play it by ear on what's going on with the fishing, how the bite is, and also the weather. Not everybody is suited to get out here in cold weather and bad weather, inclement weather, and so I'm gonna kind of play it by ear and just try to stay flexible. The good news is, sorry, we had the police boat go by, and that's where the wake is. The good news is that a lot of times the better bite is in the afternoon on these colder days. So you can actually get out here at, 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, and you don't have to be right out here at sunrise to catch fish. So that's kind of a good thing. So if you're wondering what that is behind me right there, that is not a fire and that is not a tornado. That is the nuclear plant behind me. That is the steam coming off the cooling towers down there. So a tornado is not coming, and nothing is on fire. So hey, Flint Hill Catfishing, thank you. Thanks for consistently pumping out good content. Can't stay long, gotta help cook. You're a better man than I am. I should be at home cooking. Honey, if you're watching, I told you, I texted you before I started, and I said I'm gonna make one more drift and I'm gonna do a live feed, and then I'm gonna come home. Luckily, we're doing our stuff here this evening, and I'm gonna deep fry a couple of turkeys, and that's about all I'm doing. She's doing the rest. She's the brains and the cooks and the good looks and the charm and the love of the family, so she's gonna take care of it. So let's see. Have you ever tried Kool-Aid chicken? No, I haven't tried the Kool-Aid stuff. I've seen some people talk about the Kool-Aid stuff before. May try it at some point. I've had really good luck with the strawberry Jello chicken. I don't know if strawberry has anything to do with it. I don't know if Jello has anything to do with it. That's something I want to try to figure out. I do think there is science to it, though. I did a podcast yesterday and with somebody, another with Mossy Oak, and we were talking about catfishing of all things, and it has to do, there's something scientific. Isn't Jello made from animal fats? Yes, it is. It's made from, I think, pork byproducts and fat and bones and that kind of stuff. And I think there's something scientifically there that plays a part. I had a guy email me and gave me a whole bunch of big words and stuff. I had a couple of people actually, and gave a scientific reason for why it should work. So that's another one that's on the radar to do some more research into this winter. So Creole Catfishing, your productions are always top notch. They taught me a ton. Thank you. Well, Creole Catfishing, I thank you for that donation. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. One of the things when I first started the channel, the thing I said was that my mission statement, I remember Lyle Stokes asking me about what my goal was, and it wasn't about videos or subscribers. I said in the beginning, the goal of the channel was to have a positive impact on the people that watch the videos. And I've tried to do that with the content, the education, the information, just, unselfishly giving all of it up. And then I added something back in when COVID started, and that was also to create the best catfishing content anywhere, period. And I'm talking anywhere, not just on YouTube, not just on the internet, anywhere, even on television. So we're trying to do that. We're not there yet. We'll keep striving. But I love to get the feedback from you guys. It's motivation. It shows that it's working. I give some credit to Fishing and Stuff. If y'all watch his channel, good friend of mine. We talk all the time. He's actually here in the same town I am. If you haven't checked out Fishing and Stuff, most of you have, because he's got way more subscribers than I do. But he was somebody that really told me and pushed me to raise the game on the production content that people will notice, and they do. I hear that on my guide trips, and it's weird in that you know, I didn't know if it would make a difference, but it seems to. So I appreciate you saying that, and I appreciate the contribution from all three of y'all that have made a contribution. Very kind of you. Thank you. So what kind of questions we got in here? Britt Sester's asking, am I deep frying one of those gobblers Grayson got back in the spring? Britt, here's what I learned last, or year before last, with wild turkeys. Wild turkeys don't deep fry well. They may deep fry well, but I think you got to fry them differently. The bottom line was we deep fried one when we were down at the beach, and it was not really good. Thought I had a rod going. It was not really good, so I usually would rather do those in, and I think it's probably the length of time we were cooking it or something, so it was not good. So anyway, you know how wild turkeys are. They're not the most moistest things around, and we're kind of tough. So anyway, let's see what we got in here. Have you ever fished around Aberdeen, North Carolina? I am moving there next year and wondering how the cats are. Aberdeen. Is that down toward Fayetteville? That name rings a bell. Wow. I'll get back to that in a second. David, thank you very much. Very kind of you. That's a more than crazy generous donation. And for that, I'm going to catch a fish for you. I appreciate that very much, David. This one is for you. There is a fish on that green rod. I think it's a small fish. Let me get my cameras rolling because I'm actually taping this for a video too. David, that's very kind of you. I really appreciate that. It's very nice. Let me get that rolling. See if he's still on there. I think it's a little fish. Dealing with multiple cameras. Boom. It's this one. Yeah. He's there. I think he came unbuttoned. I think we're losing. Oh, he's on that one now. See if we can keep that one connected. There we go. Boom. Not a pig, but we'll take it. Feels like a channel cat. My money's on channel cat. See what we got. See what we got. I'm gonna nurse him in. Got a feeling he's got little bitty whisker hook. Nurse him in. I'm gonna walleye fishing. Can't lose this one. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Nice and easy. Come to daddy. Nice and easy. Oh, he's barely hooked, barely hooked, barely hooked, barely hooked, barely hooked. Got him. Oh. Look at that hook. Spin around, spin around. He's barely in there. Wow, he's barely hooked. Another one. Dang, 4 out of 4 today on perch. There he is. Then I think I got one going on chicken too right behind me. There he is. Hello, good. Hello, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And I gotta hide my mouth when I do that. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope y'all are having a good day. Eat lots of turkey and let all the fishies live, because fishies, no, none of the pilgrims ate fishies. Only turkeys and sweet potatoes and stuff like that. So y'all have a good day. Bye. Yeah, guys, no shame here, baby. No shame. I actually have one on the chicken. Let me get that back in there. Somebody needs to screen record that and just put it all over the internet. Back out. See what we got here. By the way, everybody asked about the gear. Big Cat Fever, medium action rod. This is a PC Fun reel. This is the Chaos XS 5000. Comes with a power handle. 30-pound Andy Monster monofiller. see if he's still there. Yep, I think I just pulled the hook out of it. Yeah, let me check that one. Chicken bite. That's why. The chicken rolled over the tip of the hook. So, can't have that. Can't catch no fish that way. Then untangled. Boop. There we go. By the way, guys, more tackle. Santee rig. Just a little piece of chicken on that 5/0 hook. Just a bare styrofoam peg float. And a Bone Town drift weight. One of their flexible drifting sinkers. Bone Town catfishing. Woo! See what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna check a couple of these chicken baits. One thing about chicken, guys, is it does pull off the hook fairly easy, so I try to check them periodically, especially if I think I've got hit or come through an area where there's a lot of ups and downs and hoopty-doos and all that. I'm still stunned with that $50 contribution there. Very kind. Very kind. Very motivating. Motivating to make me work harder. It did not motivate me, though, to put out so much line. So I'll tell you how I made the chicken in just a second. This back out there. Let's see. Somebody was asking about the chicken, and give it a heads up. Let me get the clicker. Get the clicker. Oh, drop my drink. Drink down, drink down, drink down. Whoop, whoop. Number 4. Here's what I do with the chicken. The chicken's pretty easy. No big formula. It's just, I take a chicken breast, cut it up in little pieces. You see how big they are. Maybe as big as my thumb, maybe half the size of my thumb. And drop a handful into a Ziploc bag. And then sprinkle some Jello powder on top of the chicken. Add some more chicken, sprinkle some more Jello on there, and just shake it up. That's all there is to it. You don't have to cook it or any of that stuff. So that's all there is to it, and it works great. So I'll show you what it looks like in the bag. Still here. That's what it looks like right there. So just pieces of it. The moisture is enough moisture in the chicken that it works fine. So there you go. That's how that works. Let's see if we got any more. Comes a police boat again. They're working hard today. They put off a huge weight too. Have you been throwing those $5 whole chicken breasts like Catfish Dave? I have not really upsized any of it. My thinking is that they're feeding on that because they're feeding on mussels. And when they're feeding on mussels, I think they're keyed in on smaller stuff. So there goes the police boat right there. See it? There he goes. Whee, policeman. Hey, there he goes. There'll be a big monsoon tsunami wave coming across here in a minute. Yeah, but my thinking is that there's no real reason to throw a big bait out there because that's really not what they're keyed on and eating when they're eating. Who knows? I mean, I'm not trying to eliminate fish most of the time when I'm using it. Most of the time when I'm using that bait, I'm trying to catch fish and not eliminate fish. And I've always said that if you want to, the best way to eliminate fish is to use big baits because you will not catch a lot of fish when you do that. So that's kind of my thinking on it. So, but yeah, I haven't done that. So Maybe it's the cartilage in the Jello. Yeah, it's got something to do. I think there's something. The explanation that was given to me was that it has to do with the amino acids that are in it are similar, and blah blah blah. Big word, blah blah blah. Big word, food, blah blah blah. And I don't know what any of it means, but it makes sense. How often do I get hung up while I'm dragging? I got hung up one time today so far, and I've been fishing since daylight. That's going to vary depending on what lake you're on. If you're on a big lake, anybody getting dizzy yet? Am I making anybody sick by moving back and forth? Depends what lake you're fishing on. Yes, I'm on Wiley, and Wiley's a good example. It's 100 years old. And there's a lot of stuff silted in. Anything that was on the bottom has rotted and gone. So it's just an older lake. You get into some new lakes, you get into lakes with standing timber, it's a whole different ball game. But this lake is a little more forgiving and all of that. So it doesn't happen that often. Go on up the road 40 minutes to Lake Norman. It's a much newer lake. It's like, I don't know, a little over 50 years old. They're still, you know, it's not as silted in. Those points and humps and stuff. There's a lot of rocks and stuff in there. You tear off a lot more rigs in a place like that. So, yeah, that's a good question. Jay's Catfishing. Catfish Conference 2021? Who knows? It's scheduled. It's on the books. It is booked with the Expo Center. It's going to be a matter of what happens with COVID between now and then as to whether or not it actually happens. I finally got in touch with some people about that. I'm not optimistic. Just on the kind of path we're on with everything going on the way it is, I would be surprised if they have one, which is really going to suck. And if they do, they will probably limit attendance. So that would present some issues. So I don't know. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Somebody asked how I know I'm over a mussel bed. I can tell it. It used to be with the color on my sonar. Depending on what kind of sonar you got, you'll start to see reflections and stuff. I say reflections, soundings on there. I can tell it now on the side scan. On the side scan where you're looking at the bottom, you can see like little small craters. Like areas with small craters where it looks like they've got in there and nuzzled the suckers up. And then there's big beds. There's some down there that are 3 feet across, and I think that's where fish are spawning. So that's kind of how I find them. Usually you can find mussel beds anywhere there's a hump in the river, an island, a leading edge of an island is usually, or a point will usually hold some mussels. And then outside swings too of, you know, river channels and that kind of stuff seem to hold them. So any tips for sharpening hooks? I've got a hook sharpener. I used to have one in here. Honestly, mine don't last long enough to get sharpened generally. Usually I go through them and they're gone. I will say this, it's about impossible to get them as sharp as they chemically sharpen them when you buy them. That's one thing but like I said, usually mine don't last long enough to where usually I'm losing them or something somewhere. So let's see, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Creole Catfishing. Thank you for the contribution, much appreciated. Let's see what else we got in here. Steve, I live near Lake Norman. I love Lake Norman, and I hate Lake Norman. No, actually, I like Lake Norman. I wish it was closer and I could fish it more. But I'll be up there a bunch here coming up in the next month or so. Catch any flatheads lately? No flatheads. I've not had any luck with them. All of my luck this year came with flatheads was guide trips at night or early morning back in the late summer. I did catch some up in some creek coves here in daylight. I've got in some videos, but yeah, it's this time of the year it's tough. We're into water 60 degrees, so we're starting to get into that zone where for us flatheads are getting harder and harder to catch. You can always catch them. It can happen at any time. Oh, that's my new reel. That's the one I want to catch one on. Let's go watch that and see what happens. See if he's still there. finally a chicken. Finally something on chicken and something on this PC Fun reel. Yo, it's another little one. I have to nurse it. I'm gonna nurse it because I want to see it. I really wanted about a 40-pound fish just to see what this reel would do. So not the one for it. Little one. I think it's a channel cat, guys. Up here. The reel feels good. That drags loose. That needs to get out of here. Oh, he's in the rope. Oh, he's in part of the rope. Oh, he's wrapped all the way. He's wrapped up in the takedown rope for my drift sock. This is going to take some work to get this out. This is a mess. Say, stop. Stop. Everybody wants to see you. Everybody. Oh, you're not even hooked now. Oh, my little prize. Evil, evil. Hang on. I got you out. Alright, let me get all this mess out of here. He thought he could escape. But the evil catfish dinner got me. I could not escape the strong grip. Even after the hook popped out of my mouth, he had me. It was terrible. Please, I do not want to be Thanksgiving dinner. No, please, let me go. Let me live. Let me live. Oh, 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 oh. I love Dieter Melhorn fishing. Channel cat. Get him back alive. He was actually moving his mouth. He was actually saying that. He was really saying it. Really saying it. It was amazing. I've never seen. A lot of people don't believe fish can talk, but they can. Any of you that think Combat Carl is crazy, you can't outdo me, Carl. All right, let's see what we got here. By the way, if y'all hadn't done so, check out Combat Carl's channel. Dude is the king of the Tennessee River. Catches some just stupid big fish. Combat Carl with a K. KK is what I call him. K squared. First fish on chicken, by the way. Let me show you something. Did anybody notice something? I was using a spinning reel. Trying to do some spinning reel stuff. Put out a couple of videos about spinning reels because a lot of you guys use them. A lot of people are intimidated by bait casters, and I understand that. And frankly, the spinning reels are more affordable, generally speaking, outside of a Stella or something like that. But anyway, I got this one. I'll be doing a video on it. You can check it out. It's from PC Fun. It's called a 5000 series. I don't know if it really is a 5. I don't know. They all got, there's the numbers on it. Pretty real. The, you know, the numbers on spinning reels, it all varies in size. And one says 5,000, one looks like a 4,000. This one, I've got a Penn Battle 2 over here also. This one looks about similar in size. So it's supposed to have 30 pounds of drag. Sexy little reel. It's got some anodized stuff on it. You know I love anodized stuff. And nice big foam grippy handle there. It's on this Catch the Fever rod, Big Cat Fever rod, which I think is overkill for it. You can see the rod. It's a lot of rod. Cork handle. I think I need a medium action. I think this would be better paired with a medium action. This is a medium heavy, I believe. Yeah, medium heavy. I think a medium action would work better on this. So anyway, but I'm trying to do some stuff, show you guys that yeah, if all you got is spinning tackle, then go with fish spinning tackle. You don't have to have all of this other stuff. So I'm gonna retie the end of this. I'll show you how I snell a hook too. Put another piece of chicken on there. Something looks funky with that knot. Boom, boom. Chicken's taking a beating today, guys. I've got videos on this out there on how to snell a hook. Snail a hook? What do you have to smell it for? Well, you have to smell it to see if it's ready for the fish. I said snail. All right, so here's what we do, okay? Here's the reason I snell it this way, because I've got all this other stuff already tied up, okay? There's other ways you can tie, but here's what I do. I come through it, boom, like that. Give me enough here. I'm always a cheapskate with leader. I make a loop. Everything's still parallel, boom, loop. Get it right there, you can see it good. Then I wrap through it. How many times? You can do as many times as you want. The Bible says 7. That's a strong number. I go with that to be sure. Bam! You're set. You're ready to fish. So that is the reason I use that snell knot. People ask about the other ones, the no knot snail and all the other. A lot of ways to do it. That's the reason I do it, because if I used any of those other versions, I would have had to have untied all this. So that's the reason. You can add a hook, retie something. So let me put another piece of bait on. This is chicken. Be right back. Put a big old bloody chunk of chicken on there. Looks bloody, don't it? It's not. Actually smells good. However, tell you what, I'm gonna tear off the back part because I can see what's gonna happen. That's gonna get pulled off. Use that as another piece. Here's the magic. Oh, I'm hypnotizing the fish. Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes. Eat the chicken. Eat the chicken. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. Do the rotation. Stop that. Chicken off my hands. Stop on the cameras. And we're back. Oh, we're gonna hit the clicker. We're gonna hit the clicker. Boom. Woo. Like a boss, baby. Let's see who else is up in here. Training those fish to eat chicken. I am. This is a one-man operation to teach these fish to eat chicken. So I think they're getting. Look at that. Whoo! You know what that is? That's a little fish biting. Actually, was a bite. Maybe on there. I actually bit it like it was going. Do you think he's there? What do you think? I mean, y'all have kids. You remember Blue's Clues, where they would ask questions to the thing? Like, do you think there's a fish there? I don't know. What should we do? Should we get the rod? Some of y'all get that. Blue's Clues, remember that? If you had kids, you know what it is. Is this even still on TV? Is Blue's Clues even still on TV? Somebody help me out. And that's not long. That's not old either. That's not like, what's something like old kid stuff? Captain Kangaroo. That's like halfway recent. Let's see. There's a fish on here. There's a fish on here. Bam! We have found the chicken eaters. We have found the chicken eaters. That fish is wrapped up too. He's wrapped up. I can feel it. I can feel it. Oh, it's Pinky. Pinky done caught one. Come on now. Come on, we're gonna nurse you in. Nurse you in. No fish left behind here, people. No fish left behind. Let's go. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Easy. Easy. Oh, center. Oh, yeah, come to daddy. Come to daddy. Come to Papa. You got mud on you. I told you not to come in the house with mud on, but you did it anyway. You kids just don't listen anymore. Bam. Miss a blue. Miss a blue. Miss a blue. Told you not to come in the house with mud on you. You got mud all over the place. I'm sorry, Daddy. I don't listen sometimes. I was out there playing. Out there playing in the water. I got mud on me. Like that. Mud. What does that tell you, folks? Tells you that don't take baths a lot is what it tells me. Hello! Happy Thanksgiving, everybody! I hope y'all having a good day. I'll go eat some turkeys. Can you imagine how weird it is to be a fish? Held up and it can see itself on camera and... Well, hey, Judy. Dang, Judy, you looking good tonight, girl. Good. Wait a minute. That's me. Dang. Man, look at my whiskers. I trimmed that one a little bit close right there. I gotta watch that shaving. Got a little razor burn. Dang, I need to get some powders on there. Oh well. Get back in the water here. Get ready. Get him out of here. Woo! Combat Carl ain't got nothing on me. I gotta be crazier than him. That was on chicken and Pinky, the most famous catfish reel on the planet. Flying. Let's see, put a little piece of chicken on there. Little piece of chicken on there. Give me a little chicken, give me a lot of chicken, give me a little chicken, little chicken. Woo! Put them back in the water. Oh yeah. Let me go drop trolling motor in, hang on. Daddy's back. Y'all guys bringing me some luck. Catching some fish. A lot of people in here. Thank y'all for dropping in. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope that somebody has a whole house full of people right now that don't fish, and you've got this on your big widescreen, and they're just staring at the screen with their mouths agape going, what is wrong with that man? Happy Thanksgiving. See what we got in here. What's up, Mark? Mark Young is in here. Mark is that super sexy man that has been gracing me on some of my crappie fishing videos. He hates when I say crappie, so I will say crappie the entire video while I'm here. Mark, I hope you're recovering well. I know you had a big surgery and got all chopped to pieces. So, yeah, I hope you're recovering. Text me later, and if you want some Thanksgiving dinner brought over to you when we cook, I'll bring you a plate over so you can have something to eat. So, anyway, I don't want you to... What'd you have chopped on? You had your leg chopped. I don't know if it's a leg or shoulder. He's like the Bionic Man. He's got like screws and pins and scars, zipper scars all over him, and I think the only thing on him is real is his head. And well, if he could get that fixed, he might be all right. Anyway, love you, Mark. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're recovering well. Seriously, bring you some food over later if you want something, buddy. Oh yeah, where we at? Crappie, crappie, croupie, crappie. Yes, there are all kinds of names. Junior Proctor, what's up, buddy? I hope you're doing well. Might be trying to get some intel from you soon. Might be heading on further down the ditch here. And, oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. See it, see it? Oh, oh, oh. That one's got braid on it. When it hits, it's like... Oh, gosh, it's going that way. It's going the other way. Oh, my. It's over there. I'm hypoxic. Boom, is it there? Ah, I think he's come off. He come loose. I ain't there. He gone. I think half my line's gone too. That's all right. This is the other spinning reel. It's a pin battle too. It's got braid on it. Stuff I use saltwater fishing. I just had it. I wanted to have a couple of spinning reels in here. So 4,000 class is what this one is. That reel ding. Come on, baby. Dang, how much line did I put out? He got the meat on that. He got the meat. We'll place the perch. Go to chunking. Boom. 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 I'm back. You've been in the eggnog. No. Sadly, sober as can be, baby. I'm just insane. So, no, I'm just happy to be here. I'm just thankful to be here. Very thankful. Fishing on Thanksgiving. Got to be single man. No, sir. Blessed with an amazing wife is what I am. We're not doing our dinner until tonight, so she's out taking care of some stuff, and I'm fishing, and ooh, it's getting late though. Williams actually ever been to Baden Lake for catch or stripe. We've been there for both. Actually caught both of them there. And I wish the lake was closer. I really do. I really wish it was closer. It's a great lake. Fickle as can be, good gracious, but I wish it was closer. There's some great fish in there. Have you caught any sharks? We caught 3 sharks a day and 4 catfish. No, I'm just kidding. I actually just edited a shark fishing video. We took one of my son's friends out. I'll probably put that up in the next couple of weeks or so. I have not been shark fishing any recently though. It's been really, we didn't do the beach a lot this year. I got really busy with guide trips and trying to crank out content, so I didn't get to go down there as much. So yeah, and I hate that. But anyway, I got that one with him that'll be out here. I just finished it up last night, and we'll have it up. Shark fishing doesn't do good on my channel because most of you guys fish for catfish. Pretty much anything but catfish doesn't do good on my channel, but I'm starting to get some traction. And actually, some people at the Discovery Channel licensed some of my shark fishing footage, believe it or not, me of all people, that was used during Shark Week this year. So it was used in one of the shows. I forget which show it was, but that was kind of cool because it was, they needed some shots of some like smaller sharks that were being caught and released. So that was kind of cool, kind of a unique little opportunity. So, we got here Douglas Doyle down in Conway. Conway, you know what I love about Conway? When I see the city limit sign for Conway, I know I'm almost to the beach, baby. Conway, almost there, almost there. That's when I'm getting ready to get salty. So we got there, high on life. That's me, baby. That is me. And you know what? You guys make me high. I mean, to have so many cool people that come in, spend time, and even drop some dollars in here, and just it's very flattering and humbling that this many people, 200 and some people, tune in for a live feed with an idiot like me out here fishing. So I thank you very much, and yeah, makes me happy. You can't beat that. So what's my thoughts on the dive with Seagate? My thoughts are I don't have one. I haven't fished with a lot of spinning stuff, to be perfectly honest. I assume that's a spinning reel. I think it is because I would have heard of it somewhere else. I would like to do more spinning stuff, to be perfectly honest. Just because a lot of people like to use them, and they're very easy to use, they're easy to cast. That's the biggest thing, especially for beginner fishermen. That's who my stuff is really targeted toward, is people who are trying to learn more about the sport, not people that are, you know, that are winning catfish tournaments. They don't watch my stuff. This is for people that are trying to learn and trying to grow and trying to do different things, maybe brand new to the sport. And that's the thing that doing the guide trips has really taught me, is that people are, you know, at all levels, and the people I'm trying to help out are the ones that are beginning and the ones that are starting, maybe middle level, and giving them some information and some feedback and some help on some stuff and some ideas, and also not making it so dadgum intimidating, and also so expensive. Listen, if you want to spend a ton of money and buy, you know, expensive rods and $200 reels, that's fine. That's awesome. But you can do it without that. When I did that podcast with Mossy Oak yesterday, that was one of the things they asked me. Said, can you catch catfish on what you buy at Walmart? And I said, absolutely. I said, I did it for, you know, the first 15 years I was fishing. So, so yeah, it can be done. And that's just the kind of stuff I try to get back. Thank you for the donation there. Who's that, Brian? Appreciate it. Brian, you got a very simple name. It's not like Brian something something. You just got Brian. I like that. Very good. Thank you. Have a great holiday season. I will. I appreciate that. Thank you for the donation there, buddy. The Carolina Mark interviews Carolina Hookers base. I'm sending them a bunch more stuff. Oh yeah, the Carolina Hookers jigs. I guess there must be a jig conversation going on up here. Those are the skirts. Usually I've got some laying up here. Don't have any up here right now. Those are the skirts that I use on a lot of my crappy jigs and stuff. So what kind of boat you got? Actually, Juice, I'm glad you asked that, because I shot the content to put a video that kind of does a tour of my boat. I need to edit that when I get home. I'm on a Carolina skiff. It's a 198 DLV. It's nice and wide. It's like 8 feet wide. High sides on it. Very safe boat as far as, you know, being in big water, big waves, that kind of thing. And you know, it's not fancy. It's, you know, it's not fast. It's not great in rough water, but it will go in about that much water and still float. Actually, I take that back. That much water and still float. And you know, it's affordable and very utilitarian in its design, and it will take a beating, and I like it. So it's good for me. Kind of got a little boat fever, kind of interested in a boat. Some people have said, hey, you looking at anything? And I said, yeah, I'm looking at everything that goes riding by me. I just don't know what I would go with, to be perfectly honest, for what I do, because I do so much fishing. You know, I fish for catfish, stripers, crappie, do saltwater fishing. I guide, so something that is can take and handle all that. You almost need 2 boats, to be perfectly honest. So Yes, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. What camera do you use? Steve the Wild Man. Steve the Wild Man is asking what kind of camera do you use. For the videos that I put on my channel, the majority of the stuff I shoot is done with a GoPro. That is one of my socks that is over the GoPro to cut down on wind noise. Most of the stuff on the boat is shot with the GoPros. I got 3 of them, different places I can move them around. The stuff in the studio I do with a different camera. It's a high-end camera. Also have a DJI, what's it called? The DJI drone. It's a drone. It's the mini, whatever their mini is. That's what I do the drone footage on. And I've also got a 80D that I do some stuff with. I don't use it as much as I used to, but those are the cameras I use. So I actually got a video about that, explains all that kind of stuff. Again, not a video that a lot of people watch, but if you're actually seriously interested in the stuff I use and how I do it, there's a video on my channel about that. So scrolling here, I thought I'd seen another question somewhere. Ever fished Edenton, North Carolina? Why do I know? I haven't, but I know that name from somewhere. Is there a small river that goes through there, and was there a flood there a few years ago after a hurricane? Because I think we were down there for the Weather Channel, providing camera crews for them. I'm thinking, is there like a small, say smaller river that goes to Edenton? Sounds familiar. I assume that's in eastern North Carolina, because I don't think it's around here. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see what else we got in here. Larry Abrams, amen. I agree with you 100% there. So can you speak on the angle of rod holders you prefer? Dr. Dan asking the angle. The rod holders I use are the monster rod holders, and I forget the number angle on them. Well, you can see them over here. The red, white, and blue ones. They're monster rod holders. You can see the shape of them. So the reason I like those is because I can put rods in 3 different positions. I can put them up at like, whatever that is, 45, and then I guess 30. And then I can actually lay them flat. They're not designed, he doesn't market them for that, but I can actually put them in there flat. So you can put rods in 3 different positions, and I like them. I like the rod up pretty steep when I'm dragging and drifting and trolling, because I'm using circle hooks, and that angle helps with getting the hook set using the rod as resistance for it. So hopefully that explains what you're asking. If I caught one yet. I haven't caught one. Let's see. Somebody was asking about the ice bowl. I may fish the ice bowl. My concern with the ice bowl is they changed locations this year. And it's not at the place it used to be. And it may be a logistical nightmare getting over there. So I want to, but I don't know. I may, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm planning to go up there next month and do some fishing. So we'll see what happens with doing the tournament. But I love that lake. Mike Estella Outdoors used to come to Merle's Inlet and fish the Waccamaw River. I love Merle's Inlet. That's where all my saltwater fishing videos are shot out of. The Waccamaw scares me as far as getting around, because I've never really been in it. I would assume that puppy is probably pretty high right now with all this water coming through there. So, but yeah, that's I'd like to get up in there and do some fishing. I've been on the whatever the one that flows into Winyah Bay. And I know there's 3 of them. I think Waccamaw ends up nupping in there. But after you go on down through there, there's a ramp right down underneath, next to the bridge, kind of under, before you get to the bridge, you go down. Whatever that one is, had a sunken barge up in there on the right-hand side. I fished up and through there. So I like it, but it's, I'm telling you, that's a whole different ball game of fishing down there with the tide and everything else, playing that game. Definitely, I can see where that takes some time to learn how to play down there so that you can be successful on catching fish. Tidal water's like that. It's a different ball game than what I'm used to fishing. Just like, you know, most of the stuff I'm fishing is reservoir, so totally different game than fishing the big rivers. So, do you fish fresh or saltwater more? Freshwater more. I fish saltwater a lot. I like fishing it, but I'm like, you know, like small fry stuff. I'm doing inshore stuff, near shore stuff. So, and I'm doing it out of this boat. So yeah, it's pick and choose my conditions when I'm going out and doing stuff. And it's, you know, what I call junk fishing. I mean, I'm fishing for sharks. I'm fishing for stuff that will, you know, I'm fishing for redfish. I'm fishing for stuff that does not require an expensive boat to go a long way, a whole lot of fancy tackle, a whole lot of fancy fishing tactics, and for fish that will eat cut bait, something in the food chain. So that's what I'm looking for. It's great down there when the redfish are, some of those bull reds are in there in the fall, early fall. I love catching those things because they're easy. It's like fishing for catfish. Shark, same way. You just have to rig up different for them tackle-wise. You know, when it comes to anything with a whole lot, I can troll for Spanish mackerel, do okay. But when it comes to like catching sheep's head, forget that. That turns into a cussing match for me. Flounder, frustrating. I can catch some. I wish there were more of them so I could figure out how to catch them. So that's kind of my take on saltwater fishing. Dave is enjoying this. I'm laughing my butt off and learning things. Yeah, it's kind of a weird combination of stuff and what you get with me during one of these live feeds. I'm actually surprised I caught any fish. I actually kind of did the live feed because the fishing was so hideous. And I said, you know, I'll do a live feed and be able to answer some questions and talk to you guys. So, fishing and cooking with Mike Chavez. My man has been around since I got into doing this stuff. Y'all check his channel out. Cool stuff, cool guy. I hope you're doing well, Mike. Let's see who else is in here. Fish love me, Peterson. Waiting for the lakes to freeze. Thank you, Lord Jesus. We don't have to deal with that. That's one thing I was talking about in a podcast I was taping on my channel the other day, was that, you know, that's one thing we're blessed with. I got some blessings in my life, lots of them, lots of things to be thankful for today. One of them is I'm 12 minutes from the lake. I'm 12 minutes from the lake where I catch flathead blues channels and decent sized ones. And then I've got a bunch of lakes closer. Very blessed to be in that place. Very blessed that none of them freeze over in the wintertime and we can fish year round. So that's what I'm thankful for today. Not to mention my family, my kids, and yeah, all that kind of good stuff. So, let's see what else we got in here. Chris ready to learn art from videos. Thanks for the info. That's my goal. That's my goal. I was, when I did the Mossy Oak podcast and was talking to them, they were asking why I do it. And I said, well, you know, from the beginning, is that Ron Pop? I've said that, you know, I think, and I was, listen, when I started, I had people giving me a hard time about, hey, you're giving up too much information. You're showing too much. These people need to figure it out themselves and blah, 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 blah. And my mentality has been that if you teach people how to fish, you teach them how to catch big fish, you teach them to love to fish for big fish and have a chance at catching a big fish over and over, they'll be much more likely to release those big fish and want to catch them again, want their kids to catch them. And that's the gamble that I'm willing to take in sharing all this information with people. I think it makes better stewards of the resource when you have somebody that's a good fisherman, loves it, and knows how to catch fish. And that's why I spread the information that I do. So, yeah, do places get fish that maybe wouldn't otherwise because somebody is triangulating where this tower is and what that tree is and what's back? Sure, I mean, people are going to fish, but if they're, most of them are going to learn if they're dumb enough to only come to this exact spot where that fish is being caught right there. See that rod? See that rod? That's a fish. Shh, we're going to sneak up. We're going to sneak up on it. We've got to be very quiet, very quiet. We're hunting catfish. There's a guy up at this house that thinks I am bat crab crazy right now. Hooky, hooky. Sucky, sucky. Woo! Hooked up, baby. Hooked up, buttercup. Yes, sir. Another chicken. Chicken making a comeback. We found the hungry chicken fish over here. Bada bing, bada boom. Hooked up, buttercup. I swear a fish has a feel to it when it's barely hooked. It's like they're very head jerky. See where he's at. See where he's at. Nice blue. Nice blue. Nice blue. Yeah, blue. Mess. Got him. Come here, sucker. This guy is calling his wife out. Look at this. Boom. Boom. Fish. Hammer that. Fish. A chicken. Oh, he's got the kids out. Hello, everybody. I'm here for Thanksgiving dinner. I'm tired of eating chicken. I want some turkey. Turkey. Oh, feed me turkey. Tired of this chicken with Jello on it. This is a bunch of crap. What the heck is these people thinking? Good looking fish. Okay. Back alive. We got a mess at the back of the boat. I think there's another fish back here that has swam into a bunch of different lines. Oh boy. On this one. All right, guys, bear with me. I got a mess of lines back here, and I got a fish in the middle of all of it. What's that? That is the greatest untangle job I've ever done in my entire life. And the fish is still there. And the fish is still there. simmer, simmer, simmer. Boom. Baby. Yes. Mud covered. I love it. I love it. There's another one. Hello, catfish people. Get this thing out of my mouth so I can talk to everybody. That's better. Now I can tell you what's going on. I was just sitting down, having a nice plate of shad, and then this piece of chicken came by. Ooh, it made me want to eat. Ooh, it made me hungry. Mmm. Mmm. Even the kids on the beach are laughing at me. There we go. We get this one back. There he is, guys. Crazy man in the boat. Avert your eyes. I'm running under rods. You know what we get to do? You know what we get to do, guys? We get to go click, click. There it is, buddy. It is. There it is. That's right. That's right. See that slime right there? See that slime? That's what you do. Flick that slime off, baby. Combat Carl, I hope you're watching. I want to see this much enthusiasm out of you. Heck of a day, man. You guys brought me some luck, and I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. What a day. I just went from like really not that good. I think I put 5 fish in the boat. So anyway, life's good. Living the dream. Thank you, Lord. Good day of fishing. I want to thank all you guys. This has been a heck of a show. How long have I been up here? 77 minutes. I have got to, God, it's almost 2 o'clock. I got to go take care of dinner. Wife's going to be mad. I may not get to fish and do any more lives if I don't leave now. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Everybody that donated, much appreciated. Everybody that watches the channel, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you watching over the years. Appreciate you watching in the future. Appreciate you watching on Thanksgiving. All you people that are in the room right now with your relative who's watching me, he's a good guy. She's a good woman. They're good people, even if they do watch me. So anyway, thank you guys, seriously. I may try to do another one here this weekend. We'll see what's going on with the fishing, where I'm at, and all that kind of stuff. So for now, have a great Thanksgiving. Spend some great time with your family. God bless all of you.